Quote by Mark Twain. Courage is resistance to fear. Mastery of fear, not absence of fear. See, courage is the mastery of fear, right? It's not the absence of fear. It's the mastery of it, right? Courage is the resistance to fear. See, many times we think that we need to get rid of fear. Fear is never going to be absent. Fear is never going to be absent. It's never going to be something that we could just snap our fingers and it's gone. We going to have to deal with it at certain points, but courage is that resistance to fear. Courage is when you take on that fear and you're like, know what? I gotta be strong. I gotta be courageous. I gotta be in it, right? I gotta be able to do what I need to get done. I need to be able to overcome what I wasn't able to overcome. I need to face fear face to face and be like, know what? I'm going to conquer it, right? Know what? I'm going to continue to push through. Know what? I am going to continue to resist fear. I am going to continue to become the mastery of fear. I am not going to pretend. I am not going to imagine. I'm not going to imagine. I'm not going to make believe. I'm not just going to make something up in my head that fear does not exist. Fear does. But know what? I am going to let my courage be the mastery of fear. I'm going to become the master of fear. I am going to become resistant to fear. So I hope that one from Mark Twain, hopefully it motivates you in some type of way, right? Because it's going to be put in the podcast. It's going to be still the Crayon Rocket podcast, but it's going to be the motivational stuff that you desperately need. Babe Ruth, it's hard to be a person who never gives up. So this quote by Babe Ruth, right? He's like, it's difficult, it's hard to beat somebody that never gives up, that never quits, right? Why? Why is it so hard to not be able to beat somebody that just never quits? They never give up, they never back down. Because no matter how much you attack, no matter how much you come at them, they're going to keep coming. Eventually, you're just going to get tired. Eventually, you're going to be fatigued. Eventually, you're just going to be weak. You ain't going to be able to do it, right? You're not going to be able to do what you thought you could do by keep fighting, because they ain't going to give up. They're going to keep coming at you. Eventually, you're just going to get frustrated. You're going to give up, right? That's when the mental game comes in, and their mental game might be a little bit stronger than yours. Why? Because know what? They ain't going to give up. The mindset's already made. They're going to keep fighting. They're never going to quit, right? But see, what? We need to have that mindset, right? We need to never quit. We need to never give up. We need to keep fighting. Why? Because know what? That is what is going to make us into who we need to be, right? If we continue to fight, we continue to do what we're going to do, eventually those giants in our lives, eventually those enemies, eventually the opposition's going to they're going to give up themselves, because they going to get frustrated. They ain't going to be able to hang with you if you ain't ever going to quit. So hopefully, this one by Babe Ruth kind of hits home. Hopefully this kind of motivates you, so you're not a quitter. So you could just keep being motivated and keep going on and keep pushing on and keep striving on. The man who has this is by Anonymous. The man who has confidence in himself gains the confidence of others. A man or a person that has confidence in himself gains confidence of others, right? When you in a room and somebody comes in and they got, not the arrogance though, not the cockiness, but when they're confident, you see it. It just kind of like oozes from them, right? They got that confidence about them. Right? That's because they got that self-love. They got that motivation. They're doing what they need to do to stay striving. They got what they need to do to keep on moving, right? Hold on, sorry. But yeah, that confidence just oozes out. People, become confident in that person. And sometimes maybe that confidence kind of rubs up on you and you become confident in yourself, right? So that's the thing. Confidence is key. Confidence is the main focus. Confidence is something that we need to work on, right? Because you want to be that person in the room, right? With that confidence that just kind of oozes out, and people, they just kind of gather because they're like, man, this dude's so confident. He's so confident. She's so confident. That confidence going to rub off on you. You're going to become confident yourself. That's the motivation that we need. That's the confidence that we need to head into every single day. Elon Musk. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. So persistence is very important, right? Persistence is very important because you should never give up. You should never give up. You should keep striving on, right? You should never give up unless you are forced to give up. That is by Elon Musk, right? There's certain times that we going to continue to fight on. We're going to continue to do things. We're going to continue to have that confidence. We're going to continue to have the attitude that we are not ever going to quit. We're never going to give up. But sometimes circumstances kind of happen. Sometimes God just says, "No, what? You just need to give up on this one, right? This ain't going. You ain't going to gain nothing from this if you continue to fight on in this battle." Sometimes you just got to choose your battles, right? Sometimes you do have to give up because you are forced to give up. But know what? But until you are forced to give up, you show that confidence. You come in and you never give up. You keep striving on. You keep fighting on. Why? Because know what? Those around you, they need to see it. Your family, they need to see it. Your peers, they need to see it. Strangers, they need to see it. You need to see it, right? You never need to give up unless you are forced to give up. Hopefully this is motivating you. Hopefully this is hitting your heart, and hopefully it motivates you to do something about it. Helen Keller. I would rather walk with a friend in the dark than alone in the light. So this one's by Helen Keller, right? He says, I'd rather walk with a friend in the dark than walk alone in the light, right? Sometimes you could have it all. You could be the center of attention. You could be at your very best. You could be where you wanted to be your whole life, right? But if you're alone, you're lonely, right? It's not something that you want to be. You don't want to be at the top alone, right? And pretty much what he's saying is like, I'd rather be going through what I go through, sometimes being in the dark, sometimes feeling alone, sometimes just feeling a little scared, sometimes feeling a little uneased, right? Go through this rough journey, this ups and downs, the valleys, the lows, right? With somebody, right? With people by my side, than to be up at the top, be in the limelight, be finally successful, but be alone, right? There's a mindset about it. There's a mindset that we shouldn't think like that. Like, we shouldn't want to just be successful and be alone. You want to be there with your peers. You want to be there with your family. You want to be there with your friends. You want to be there with others. You don't want to be by yourself. And that's what he's saying. The importance of this is very, very powerful. The importance of this is very, very powerful. And know what? I hope that it motivates you in some type of way, y'all. And know what? This is the Crown Rocket Podcast. Know what? This is motivation. This is who I am. I am Sweet Tercio. It don't matter what you want to call me, but I am here to motivate and try to inspire as much as I possibly can. And until next time, salute.